Two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Kings in Sacramento. Looking at the Kings, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And let's talk for a moment about Derrick Rose. He's missed so much time the past several seasons with injuries. Kenny, is it too much to expect him to return to his former level, his MVP level?
Well, maybe not the MVP level, but he still can be a serviceable all-star, meaning he might not be able to dominate for 82 games, but he could do it for 40. And then he could do it for playoff time. So I do think the knee surgeries took a little toll on him, as they would any player, but I still think he has a lot left in the tank.
He might be able to get back to his MVP level, but that's going to take a full season. A full season of injury-free play to get that confidence back. A full season, Ernie, 82 games.
That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we will see you later on.
Kings play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. Guys, looking at Sacramento, they took the win in their last game against Denver. And boy, they got by the skin of their teeth there, winning by 1 point. That was a battle.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
And in Chicago to start out, all fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Bulls 5 right now. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's McDermott in at the small forward position. Here's Bellinelli. The pass to Cousins. Just 5 on the clock. Rejected by Gasol. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game, and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after it.
Collison kicks to Cousins. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Cousins has got the first basket of the game for Sacramento. Kings on D. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Shots good from Butler.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Gay left side. Down low. Acey's shot is good.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
To the inside. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Rose.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Collison kicks to Acey. Passes it to Bellinelli. There's the dish to Gay. Shoots from the high post. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
From 12 feet out. Good. McDermott's got his first basket.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Collison against Rose. The drive by Collison. Acey misses.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Offensive rebound. For Chicago, they won their last contest, that game against Phoenix.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. Just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Rose passes to McDermott and stolen by Gay. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in, and he gets it to go.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Outside Rose, pass to Noah. And the shot is long. Kings leading now by 3. Gay kicks to Collison. He dishes it to AC. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Noah against Cousins. 6 on the shot clock from 15 feet away. And he hits the jump shot. Cousins has got his second basket of the night.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Rose dishes to McDermott. And he gets it to go.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Kings have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Caspi, he's checked in for Quincy Acey. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. And a change for the Bulls. Gibson's checked in, so the Kings call timeout. They're first.
And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
At the top of the key, Gay. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them.
Whoa. Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Sacramento leading by 5. Bellinelli passes to Caspi. Kicks it to Cousins. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. For DeMarcus Cousins, his numbers have been flat out phenomenal. I mean, just incredible. Sometimes hidden by the lack of what's around him in Sacramento, especially, you know, Greg, when you compare last year's stats with other centers in the NBA.
Yeah, he's averaged nearly 5 points more per game than the next center. Top 3 in rebounding for all centers. This guy is the complete package down low.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Kings. Butler comes in for Marco Bellinelli. He doesn't get the second one.
You know, guys, back to DeMarcus Cousins last season. He was top 3 for centers in assists and steals, and he was in the top 7 in block shots.
To the inside. Here's Butler. The 10-footer finds the target. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Sacramento.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Mirotić's shot is off.
And talking about Cousins, he's a franchise talent. No one debates that. He can take over a game anytime he feels like it. And heaven help the NBA if he ever starts feeling like it over an 82-game year.
And he's able to get it back. And they'll keep possession. No good from Caspi. Bulls trail by 8. And Brooks, here we go. He trains the quick shot.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
And the Kings with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Rondo against Brooks. Shot is off. And the Bulls going the other way now. And, guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped the game in this series last year.
Greg, you know, it was 1-1 split from two teams on the opposite side of the standings. And, you know, as we've said many times, anything can happen when you play out of conference.
Cauley Stein kicks to Cousins. Shot clock at 6. Butler dishes to Cousins. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Kesby for 3. It's tipped, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Kufis checked in for Sacramento.
Costa Kufis. Chicago timeout call.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, that actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
Sanders' shot is off. Kings leading now by 4. 58 seconds left to play here in the first. To the middle. Here's Kesby. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register 1 win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
And it's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
Brooks, the pass to Gibson. 11 feet away. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen. And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006, and since then they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
Kesby, it's blocked. Hope they get it back. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Butler's got 5. Bulls trail by 7. Brooks outside. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Kesby, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And that does it for the first quarter. Kings lead by 7. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
We've got Kufis. Quincy Acey out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Collison in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. Bulls trail by 7. You look at him physically, and Rudy Gay is the complete package at the small forward spot. Nothing holding him back.
You know, Kevin, he comes in at 6'8", has that solid frame, unbelievable athletic ability with the speed to go with that for a player of his height. He is a true talent.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Rose against Collison. Pass to Acey. There's the 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Kufis. Misses the layup. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. It's hauled in by the Kings.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Gay outside. The 3. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Bulls trail by 5. And Rose wide open. He shoots to the right side. Feeds it to McDermott. Outside Gasol. And here's Rose outside. And Noah with the slam.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the second most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road, to illustrate how good they are on the road, last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Costa Kufis. Outside Collison. It's stolen by Rose. To the paint. Count that 1, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket for McDermott.
Yep, you know, here's another stat for the Bulls on the road. Since 2010, when Tom Thibodeau took over, the Bulls have won almost 60% of their road games. That's impressive.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Collison against Rose. Collison kicks to Gay. Here's Cousins, and he gets the bucket. Cousins has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Stolen by Gay. Collison dishes to Cousins. Back to Collison. Kings moving the ball around. There's the feed to Cousins. 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 5-point Kings lead. The Bulls have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And here's Rose outside. And the Bulls get it back. Here's McDermott. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. And that's now 9 points for Doug McDermott. Sacramento's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Rose against Collison. He kicks to Cousins. Lets it go from 14. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Butler passes to Noah. And he dunks it down.
Hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on his heels. Let's see how this one turns out. And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
Collison kicks to Gay. Here's the screen. Bellinelli with the three. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Quincy Ace. Caspi comes in for Rudy Gay. Butler, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his strokes. That gave him great confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Rondo dishes to Cousins. The jump hook, good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night, 5 for 10 shooting. Bulls trail by 3. Dishes to Gibson from past the arc. Cannot hit, and Sacramento will go the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. The pass to Cousins. The rebound by Gibson. For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. That's good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
They get it again.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes. You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Rondo kicks to Cousins. Low block shot on the way. Bulls have had a great rebounding team for a long time now. Last season was no different.
Yeah, has so many categories to measure how well a team rebounds. The Bulls were in the top 3 in almost all of them.
Cousins with a screen for Rondo. He dishes it to Cousins. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Taj Gibson picks one up.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
Butler passes to Rose. Right wing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Butler. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Butler's got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Chicago's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Passes it to Rose. Outside Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Rondo. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Bulls out front. They lead by 3. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek. And Derek, what are the most important things you've done defensively tonight to help your offensive approach?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We're just contesting and getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do. Get out, run. We got big second run, shooters on the floor, so open the floor up a little bit.
Derek, always explosive in transition. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a shaky first quarter for Chicago. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm or come up with enough stops and sunk into a 7-point hole by the end of the period. They were much more effective once the second quarter got underway, rallying to turn their deficit into a 3-point halftime lead. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
One strong area has been their work on the boards. And you're trying to get ahead in the score and stay there, it often comes down to a few extra possessions. That's why any extra rebounds can make a big difference. Now they have to come out in the second half and attack the glass with the same vengeance.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
You know, 2 things went on in the first half. Yes, we saw good offense take advantage of mediocre defense, but we also saw a motivated team take advantage of a team that didn't want to hustle. They need an attitude adjustment.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Basketball.
DeMarcus Cousins had a good quarter. He's got 13 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line, not just getting there, but converting.
The Kings trail by 3. Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. And it's McDermott in at the 3, the small forward.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Rose dishes to Gasol. Noah the screen. Pass to McDermott. Deflects the pass. Collison kicks to Gay. Noah with the block. Inside. Collison with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Gay. Cousins trying to free himself up. And it's Gay again missing. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
Noah's shot is off.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
They set the screen. Collison kicks to Cousins. for the lead. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Rose against Collison. Rose passes to McDermott. The kick out to Rose. From the arc. Good. Rose has got his second bucket of the night. Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug of war. Back and forth we go.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Timeout called by the Kings. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
And the Kings making a change here. Koufos is checked in. Gay dishes to AC. Drops it in from 14 feet away. AC's got it all tied up now for the Kings.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
It sure is, Greg. It might be the strongest aspect of their offense here.
For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Rose against Collison. He feeds it to Bellinelli. That 3 off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's McDermott, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Man, it's been fun to watch McDermott in this one. He has 9 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
Chicago shooting their first free throws of the game.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Tony Snell comes in for Jimmy Butler, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. Here's McDermott. Drains it from beyond the arc. McDermott's got 12.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
On the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time. So look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
Bulls making a switch here. Sanders is checked in. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And that one's good by Gay.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
It's Brooks on the wing. He's covered by Collison. Here's Gibson. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Boy, I tell you what, pounding the offensive glass pays off for him once again. Persistence pays.
Yeah, difference maker has been their ability to get those second chance points.
Chicago making a switch here. Joakim Noah is checked in for Sanders. McDermott comes in for Mirotic. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Rose in for Aaron Brooks. Butler in the corner. Rose kicks it to Noah. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 4 assists in the game. The Kings trail by 5. Now Bellinelli. He has 5. The dish to Collison. Noah. Some solid defense from Rose. The Bulls have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's McDermott. Koufos grabs the miss. The Kings shooting in the second half so far about 45%. Collison with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Here's Gay. Great defense that time from Noah.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costing him.
Rose goes in. Oh, that's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Noah, the pass to Rose. Fires for three. That doesn't go either for Rose.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Here's Bellinelli, who's covered by Rose. Collison against Rose. Bellinelli for three. Chicago grabs the miss. Rose has got his third rebound on the night. Here's McDermott. And again, Chicago. No good. The Kings trail by 5. Now here's Gay. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And no question, G.A., Rudy Gay is one of those guys who has always put up great numbers. But in 9 seasons he's been in the league, only one playoff. Only one. Count him, one. Back in 2012.
Yeah, but what if he were still in Memphis, though, Kevin? I mean, that's one of it. Sometimes it's not always your fault that you're not getting there.
True.
You've got to play on a good enough team, and he hasn't up to this point. So, yeah, he's had his moments of inconsistency and will disappear at times. So there's some shared blame there as to why he hasn't been more consistent when it comes to the postseason.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Kufis. Caspi comes in for Quincy Acey. Butler, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Darren Collison.
And, you know, back to Rudy Gay, he's a tremendous all-around talent. Physically, instinctively, skill-wise, he's got it all. Except that consistent winning touch, that remains to be completed.
Poked loose. Rondo against Butler. He dishes it to Dunleavy. There's the three. They grab their own miss. And Gibson kicks to Rose. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. And that'll be his third foul so far. And the Kings making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Pau Gasol is checked in for the Bulls. .158 left in the third quarter. Outside Rondo. Now here's Butler. Tight defense on him, and the layup is good. Butler's got his third basket of the night.
And thinking more about Rudy Gay, one key number I look at from last season, his assists. By far the most in his career, and that didn't translate into a ton of wins, but it very well could have been the next step toward getting those wins.
Rondo dishes to Cauley Stein. Outside Rondo. High post Cousins. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off. Another second chance bucket. I mean, that's like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, and defensively, really no excuse. They need all 5 defenders boxing out. The focus has to be on the glass.
Puts up the baby hook, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Some changes for Chicago. Mirotic comes in for Joakim Noah. And it's Heinrich in for Rose. It was a rough year last year for fans in Sacramento, but they still come out here to fill up the stands, Greg, even with their team struggling.
Yeah, the new ownership, give them credit. Last year, the Kings marked an 8-year high in terms of attendance. Not bad for a team that really looked to be in the hunt for the postseason, but then just fell apart midway through.
Here's Butler. Kicks to Dunleavy. Butler against Rondo. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Another shot. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Dunleavy's got 8 here in the quarter. Outside Rondo. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Bulls lead by 6. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from.
It's coming to play. Chicago leading by 6. We've got Rudy Gay, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Paulie Stein, and there's Collison, and it's Rondo in at the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
I'll tell you what, they've hit the boards hard in this one, and it's led to an abundance of second chance points. I mean, they've gotten a lot of second chance points.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
And Chicago shooting well, 50% from the floor. Brooks with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Puts it up from 12, and the shot falls short this time.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
From 8, here's Cousins. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. 24 points for DeMarcus Cousins. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team. A good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for him. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
Back to Collison. And the Kings check on 2 more.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here, Clark.
Here's Brooks, and the rejection by Cousins. Mirotic against Collison. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. That's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Chicago calls timeout. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
That'll go on McDermott. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Nobody near Gay. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Rose kicks to Mirotic. Pass to Snell. Back to Mirotic. A 3-ball. Another 3 for Chicago.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Gay outside. Clock at 6. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by McDermott. McDermott's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, the effort and the aggression really favors them thus far. They've completely dominated the backboard. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Snell, yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 5 assists tonight.
And they need a timeout, Kevin. They haven't been boxing out like they need to, and they're giving up a ton of second-chance points.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history.
4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Collison, and it's denied. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
3 points, Fairview.
Bulls on D. They lead by 4. Villanelli for 3. That's good.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
Chicago's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. On its way from Rose for 2. No luck. Great D that time from Collison. It's Gay on the wing. And they double up Gay. And for 3, Collison. That doesn't go either for Collison.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Yeah, they've had their chances, and they're playing with passion. They've just got to tighten up on the execution.
They've done a terrific job of getting offensive rebounds and then converting those here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Here's the screen. It's Gay on the wing. Defended by Butler. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got 8 rebounds in this game. Butler from outside. The kick out to Rose. Feeds it to Butler. Tries again. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Shot's good. I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They've generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
The Bulls making a switch here. Gasol's checked in.
And back to Mirotic last season, per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Noah kicks to McDermott. The feed to Gasol. Noah, the pass to Butler. 5 on the clock from the baseline. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Butler's got the lead back up to 7 now for Chicago.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
Rose kicks to Butler. Gasol with it. Gay picks him up defensively. Here's McDermott. Sacramento grabs the miss.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
Cousins against Gasol. The drive by Cousins, and he banks in the layup. Now just a 3-point Bulls lead.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
And slam dunk by Butler.
Emphatic throw down there.
That one reverberated throughout the building.
Nothing soft about his approach at the attack.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're losing by 5. We've got 1:18 left here in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. And that one's good.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Here's Rose. Noah the screen. Rose. Good. Rose has got 10 points here in the second half.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're behind by 5. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth. And here are the Kings now. It's a 5-point game. Cousins with a screen on Butler. Here's Bellinelli. Gasol with the rebound.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup. It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle everything, partner.
Here's McDermott. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. And the Bulls lead by 9.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook. Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Nice shot by McDermott.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
So it's Chicago now. They have a 9-point lead. And Bellinelli kicks to Gay. Collison dishes to Bellinelli. Cousins, the pass to Collison. Fires the 3. No good. And so it's Chicago winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joe Kim. What was the attitude of the team coming into this game and just in general?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. You know, it's a work in progress. And, you know, we just got to keep fighting and get as many W's as possible.
Congratulations, Joakim. We appreciate it. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he